everyone, it's Dear Tamela, the advice that you can trust, with me, Tamela Clover. And today I'm going to be doing some advice on another Best of Reddit's updates. I like that they have more updates, we get more information. And this one originally comes from two hot takes. So let's get started. My 21 female boyfriend, 24 male, told me that I'll deserve it if I go out in a revealing outfit. Well, that's starting off pretty bad. But let's see. So the original post is from July 23rd, so not too long ago. Me and my boyfriend James, fake names, have been dating for around 3 years. He's usually an incredible boyfriend. The other night I dressed up to join my friends at a party hosted by a mutual friend whom we recently befriended. When James saw my outfit, which was a skirt a little above my knee and one of those backless crop tops, he told me that I can't wear that because I'm taking and I should dress like it. We got into a fight that ended with him yelling, "Don't you dare come to me crying like a bee when you get SA." I think we all know what that means. You deserve it. And he slammed the door when I walked out. The party was great and a few guys did approach me, but I rejected them with no problems. Overall, had lots of fun and an amazing time. A lot of people complimented my outfit and said I looked sexy, which made me a little sad inside at the end because I wanted to hear that from James, my boyfriend. But maybe he was just temporarily jealous. Maybe all it was just a phase, and once he understands that I will continue to dress however I want to, he'll accept it. Okay, there's going to be a few updates, but oh no, like no, this so far this is so many red flags. Like, anybody who says if you do something you deserve to like be SA'd, like anyone who says that, like that's such a red flag. Like, and to phrase it like, "Don't come crying to me when it happens, like you deserve it," calling her like a derogatory term, the B word, like, what? It doesn't matter how nice somebody is, like, most of the time. Like, if they start acting like this, like, it's a 3-year relationship, so if there's never been any incident, maybe like some serious therapy. But like right now I'm like, no, like you need to like leave this guy. I don't know. Like, hopefully he's just like has some internal like misogyny type stuff going on in him, but like, somebody who could just be like, you would deserve that, is somebody who might be willing to do that thing. And like, especially like female bodied people really have to be careful. And female presenting people, like, just in our society, would just, a lot of people view us as easier targets for certain things that can be very damaging and hurtful for us. So let's go on with the update, or the edit one. And it says all the edits happen the same day. For those saying that I crave male attention, first of all, I wore that outfit because I wanted to feel sexy and good for myself. Secondly, most, or actually the majority of the people who complimented me were women and gay men. Just because I chose to wear revealing outfits doesn't mean I'm doing it for male attention. Not everything that we women do revolves around men. And I'd like to add, James has shown similar bouts of jealousy over the years, but they've all been temporary in the sense that they would fade away. He has never called me a bee before, though, and never said anything even close to as cruel as what he said that night. I am contemplating on breaking up with him, but it's really hard for me because 3 years is a lot. I agree with her. Like, she should be able to wear whatever she wants. Okay, it's her body. The truth is, she should be able to walk around without a stitch of clothes on and never have to worry about anybody touching her without consent. And that goes for everybody. This notion that we could do something that takes away like our right to be treated as human beings with like respect and like compassion is really disgusting to me. And that people are saying, like, her outfit didn't even sound that revealing. It just sounds like something like a young person would wear. But you know, I don't think that she should have to dress like a nun, which is nothing wrong with that if you want to dress that way, but I don't think she should have to dress that way just because she's seen somebody. Like, I think if he's feeling jealous or whatnot, he needs to work on his own issues and, like, figure out what's going on there. And, like, all these other people saying that she's trying to get attention, I 100% agree with her statement of, like, it's likely more for, like, other people, like women and whatnot. um I think a lot of women would agree with me that a lot of times we dress especially for other women, but also for ourselves. Like, it's really nice to express ourselves with what we wear. And, like, even if she was dressing to, like, in a way that she knew was going to be attractive to some people, like, as long as she's not crossing any lines, that shouldn't be a problem. You know, that's my hot take on that. So, edit 2. I feel like I need to add another edit. I've dressed up in sexy outfits for years, including when my boyfriend met me. It was one of the things that attracted him to me. What I find funny, based on the comments saying that I shouldn't dress like I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word actually, a promiscuous person, and I should respect my boyfriend. If a woman told her boyfriend or husband that he should stop wearing his hair a certain way or stop wearing attractive clothing that would make him look hot to other women, she would be controlling, no? Shouldn't a good partner trust their partners to be faithful? My boyfriend has been wearing whatever he wants, which includes working out half naked at the gym and also wearing revealing clothes for a man while revealing comments from other women, and have I ever once told him, you know what, you must stop being half naked and put on a wool sweater because I find it disrespectful? No. I think she makes another good point. There's a double standard probably happening, and maybe part of it is that men aren't typically viewed as being sexy in the way that women are, or it's not as common to, like, imagine that they're being sexualized. But trust me, like, people, if there's a good looking person, like a good looking guy that's, like, showing off all their abs and stuff, like, there's gonna be some people who notice, okay? And that shouldn't really matter as long as nobody's, like, being inappropriate. Like, it shouldn't matter. But yeah, the fact that people, like, using the promiscuous word for women, it's just like, there's, like, I don't know, I feel like the people responding, Reddit, sometimes you're great and sometimes you're not. Edit 3. Okay, another thing I need to clarify. The mutual friend was mutual to me and my friend group and not to me and my boyfriend. I should have made that clear. Okay. Edit 4. Okay, hopefully this will be my last edit. A man has every right to want a partner who dresses classy. However, he can choose a partner who already dresses in classy clothing at the time, such as Ralph Lauren and Banana Republic. But I'm pretty sure that even that type of woman will still wear a sexy backless Versace dress from time to time. What a man shouldn't do is get a woman and force her to change the way she dresses. What do they say? A man will pursue a beautiful woman and put her in a cage. And while I'm writing this, I'm coming to the realization that maybe I shouldn't spend more time with a man who can't accept me for who I am and the way I dress, even if I already spent 3 years of my life with him. And I think that's a valid point. She's making such great points. Like, wow, just, like, taking the comments, like, and just hitting back. Because if somebody really wants somebody to dress a certain way, then they should find somebody who dresses that way already. To, like, think that because you got somebody in a relationship, you get to change who they are, is like, no, you don't. That's not fair. It's not right. It's really manipulative, to be honest. Yeah. So, there's some relevant comments to all this, and one of them is, you need to get out because this behavior will only escalate, manifest in different ways. Yes. Yeah. Even at this level, it's not okay. But, like, the reality is the boyfriend, feels like he's entitled to, like, control her life. And is upset that she's upset enough to, like, say really awful things. And almost, like, kind of wishing bad things to happen to her. So, that's big red flags there. Another comment is, he has shown similar jealousy behavior over the years, like when I'm spending too much time with my friends or that I have male friends, and he has also made remarks about the way I dress about a year ago, but they would fade away. This was the first time he ever said those words, so why I said that maybe it was temporary jealousy. And somebody was like, this is somebody kind of responding to this part. What do you mean fade away? By that I mean he would just stop commenting, we stopped fighting, and he would become really nice and extra attentive to my needs. Why didn't you bring your boyfriend along? Because it was a friend's night exclusively for friends. I can't believe that I have to explain this. Like, he has his guys' nights at certain parties that he goes to alone, and I have mine that I go to alone, and we have parties to which we both go. Okay. So I think there's some, like, good comments and back and forth, and it's like, the why didn't you bring the boyfriend along answered perfectly, because you don't have to bring your partner to every single thing, like, especially if it's not something where they're meant to be going. And the fade away part is, like, kind of another, like, level of red flags, because it's like, oh, I do this thing that's not cool, you're upset about it, we fight about it, then I'm extra nice, and it's like, it's okay, but then I do it again, and then I'm really attentive, but then I do it again, and this time I'm calling you the B word and saying that you deserve it if something happens to you. And it's kind of like, maybe he's gonna stop at some point, but maybe he's gonna keep going with that, and, like, it could be like he's testing those bounds to see how far he could get in the controlling behaviors. So there is an update 4 days later, July 27th of this year. Hi guys, I posted about 3 days ago about this. It's on my profile if anyone wants to check it out. We went out to a public place in broad daylight, and I had 2 of my friends come with me and stay at a distance in case of anything. I told James that I wanted to break up with him because I was not going to be told what I can and what I can't wear, and he didn't take it well. He replied that all he asked was for me to respect him as a man. I told him I have no problem with you working out half naked at the gyms and dressing up when you go to parties and events without me with your friends. And he said, well, that's different. I'm a man and you're a woman. That's how it works. Oh my gosh, no. No, this guy's too much. I just said firmly that I didn't want to see him anymore, and he became enraged and started yelling obscenities at me, called me a B, another bad word, etc., even banged the table and said that he hopes I'll know what it feels like to be actually forced to do what a man wants, and that he hopes it will hurt. I just have to pause right there. Like, I'm going to put down trigger at the top of this video just for that alone. Like, that is, like, way too far. Way too far. There's, like, no, you can't talk to people like that. My friends came up to us when he started yelling, and one of them, Nick, was a longtime male friend, and he was the one who suggested to be there when I broke up with James. He's 6'4" and 258 pounds of muscle, so I felt pretty confident in my safety. He told James that he better get away from me while he still can walk, and I think James was still able to realize that there was no way he could fight my friend, so he just shot me a death look and left. This was a day ago, and I still haven't heard from him, but Nick still wants me to file for a restraining order, and I really don't see the point, because if he really would want to hurt me, would a piece of paper really stop him? Maybe I watched too much of Enough with Jennifer Lopez, but having a restraining order won't really make me feel any more safe. Nick offered to have me stay at his place so he could be my bodyguard, lol, and that's where I'm staying for now. And also, let me add, my feelings for Nick have always been strictly platonic, and vice versa. He's like the big brother that I never had. And James and I would sometimes go to parties and events together, and sometimes I would go alone with my friends, and James would go alone with his friends. Okay. I think it's so great that one of her guy friends, or any of her friends, like, but especially one of her guy friends is like, no, let me go with you. Like, that's great. That's showing a lot of solidarity. I think her friend is actually right. She should get a restraining order because he is like, he's not saying I'm gonna do these things to you, but he's saying you would deserve it if they happen. And now he's saying I hope it happens to you. And it's like the language he's using is so derogatory. The way that he's talking is so like just gross and creepy. And maybe he's a guy who doesn't actually act on any of that, but maybe he is. And the thing is, the OP is right. Like, a piece of paper won't do a whole lot, but it gives you a little bit more standing ground. So if that person comes into your area and you're like, man, I feel so nervous, he's making me so uncomfortable, but he's not actually doing anything particularly threatening. If you have that order in place, there might be some actions you can take to have him like not be near you, you know? And any little bit of protection you can get from somebody who is like acting very scary, quite frankly, I think is a good step. um, I think it was nice that the friend's like, I'm going to watch out for you. I don't know how long that can go on. Um, I personally don't think it really matters, like, what kind of relationship her and that friend have, you know? But it sounds like he's just like a guy that's being a stand up dude, like, for a friend. And, like, it's like, no, this isn't okay. Um, and there is another edit. For those saying that Nick is just trying to, you know, get in the pants, or he'll make a move. Not all men look at any woman as a sexual things and are only friends with a woman with the hopes to be more than friends. Nick and I are completely platonic and we're more like brother and sister. It might have just been a movie, but our friendship is very much like what the Black Widow and Hawkeye had. So please stop commenting. He's just trying to F. Some men care about a woman without being sexually or romantically attracted to her or expecting a hit. And to that I'm gonna say that's true. Like, those people who saying that, like, that's red flags towards those people, because like, I don't know, like, I have friends who have been into me, you know, before, that it was like, no, this isn't like how it's gonna go, that still treated me with respect and like with care, and they still wouldn't be in a situation like this where they'd be trying to like just, you know, F, you know, like, when you care about somebody, you care about them. And like, if you think the only reason to like be there for like a person is to get in their pants, like, then that says a lot about you. So I'm saying that to all those people who commented those gross things. And like, man, I don't read a lot off of this particular site, this Two Hot Takes, but it sounds like there's maybe some toxic people there. And there's a final edit. I might actually file for a restraining order tomorrow, but I've seen some people comment that it might make things only worse because it can make James mad, or that they won't approve it. The RO because there's not enough evidence and motive, but maybe giving it a try won't hurt. Okay. And to that, I will say, like, I'd still go for it. Anything's gonna make him potentially madder, you know. Just wait for things to settle down a little bit. And the other thing is, like, really emphasize, if you can, just that there's certain words that are more than words when it comes to talking to and about women. And that comes to like SA topics, and also using derogatory hate speech, such as the B word and things like that. Like, the fact that he's saying things like that and acting aggressively and showing very controlling behaviors, like, I think maybe some people just dismiss it like, oh, it's just talk, but it's, you got to try to make them understand that, like, it might not be. and like, you know, you don't feel safe. And also see if there's anything that your friends that were there that overheard maybe something can like put it in and be like, no, this person was being really aggressive. Like, use like, have them use like the actual language of what was happening. Like, instead of like, they were so angry, be like, they like moved forward aggressively, like at a quick pace, and like they towered over the person, like, you know, think like descriptive language that is harder to misinterpret. And that might help to make it seem like less biased and like more of a like real, like not a real thing, but like something that people take seriously. Because I think a lot of us have had people talk to us like this, like a lot of women, um, and I think that it can kind of get easily dismissed. It's like, oh, it's just talk. The problem is, I think a lot of us know that sometimes it's not just talk. And so it's really important to be as careful as possible. Um, and like, just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it can't happen. But when people are just tossing around certain topics, like, very casually, it speaks to like what's inside of them, in my opinion. And I think that, like, I don't know where you're living, if he had locks or keys or anything, but just getting things changed. There are like things that you could put on your door, like to make it harder for people to open it. Um, there might be things like that for windows too. Just like little things to like, just until things settle down. Because like maybe he's one of the guys that's not gonna go all the way far, but you never know. And like, it's so important to feel safe and to do what you can to be safe. And I do want to also say this: I really hope nothing happens to you, because of this guy. I really do. But I just have to say it: if something ever did, like if he ever did manage to like hurt you or try to hurt you, that would be on him. Like, that would be on him and not on you. And I don't know if you ever see this, but I just really want to say that. And to anybody who has had these instances where somebody close to them, especially, turns and starts using like very hateful, dangerous speech, and then like maybe acted on it. I know a lot of times we can like hold things and feel responsible, but like we don't control what other people choose to do. We don't. People do what they are gonna do, and like that's on them. And like, I just want to put that out there, because I'm giving a lot of advice of what you can do, and it's like, yeah, do what you can, but if it ever isn't enough, that wasn't ever your fault. So I don't know. I just hope that everybody's okay after this post, because it's really intense and it's a really serious topic. And also, to anybody who's listening, like if you're seeing like these kind of red flags, like even the beginnings in your relationships, like just take note of them. If you're not ready to like be like, I'm done, just take note of them and like see if anything changes, if things are brought up. Long term like changes, not small temporary changes. And just remember, everybody is, you're all worthy. Like, we're all worthy people, and we deserve to be treated with respect and love, and to be safe, and to have our own autonomy too. So hope I didn't make people on Reddit too mad, and I wasn't saying all people, but definitely I didn't agree with some of the comments. But that's my hot take on the 2 hot takes. And thank you for watching this video. Have a wonderful night, lovelies.